win, go win, go win, go win, go win, win, go win.
Let's transition to my favorite segment of the week. It's my NFL Week 6 Wise Picks. I went 7-7 last week in Week 5. Those damn Chiefs screwed me because I could have went 8-6, but the Chiefs, they lost that game against the Jaguars, and I failed at 7-7. What's crazy is I actually did pretty good in the 1 o'clock window, but in the 4 o'clock window, it went completely downhill. And the Patriots upset the Bills on Sunday Night Football. That also screwed me. So I underestimated the homecoming of Stephon Diggs, and Diggs put crazy against his former team and the Bills. So I fell to 7-7 on the, for my Week 5 Wise Picks. So let's get into my Week 6 Wise Picks. As the 3-2 Denver Broncos, they are going up against the New York Jets, who are 0-5 to start the season. It's a 9:30 a.m. kickoff in London. The over-under for this matchup is 43.5 points. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. The Denver Broncos, they have played really, really well over the last 2 weeks. They had a come-from-behind win against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles last week in Philly. They beat the Eagles 21-17. The Broncos outscored the Eagles 18-0 in the fourth quarter. And Bo Nix, he's starting to play well. He's played better over the last 2 weeks compared to how he played the first 3 weeks. And Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos are rolling. They are going to beat the Jets. The Jets are 0-5. They'll be 0-6 after this game. I'm going Broncos 28, Jets 14. The 2-3 Arizona Cardinals are traveling to Indy to take on the 4-1 Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 6.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Indy. The over-under for this matchup is 47.5 points. The Arizona Cardinals had a complete collapse last week against Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. The Cardinals were up 21-6, and Amari DeMarcado, the running back for the Arizona Cardinals, he decides to toss the football out of his hands as he's crossing the goal line, and instead of it being a touchdown and it being Cardinals 28, Titans 6, it was a touchback, and the Titans overcame a 15-point deficit and beat the Cardinals in Arizona 22-21. And so, to me, that was a game that the Cardinals desperately needed. The Cardinals, they've been struggling over the last few weeks. The Cardinals are on a 3-game losing streak after starting the season out 2-0. Week 3, they lost against the 49ers 16-15. Week 4, they lost against the divisional rival Seattle Seahawks 23-20. And then in week 5, they had a complete collapse against the Tennessee Titans. They lost that game 22-21. The Indianapolis Colts, on the other hand, surprisingly, they are 4-1. And Daniel Jones is playing some really, really good football. 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's playing really good for the Colts. And so I have to stop doubting the Indianapolis Colts. They are a better football team than the Cardinals are. So I'm rolling with the Colts to beat the Cardinals in Indy. I'll go Colts 24, Cardinals 17. The 3-2 LA Rams are traveling to Baltimore to take on the 1-4 Lamar Jackson-less Baltimore Ravens. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Baltimore. The Rams are favored by 7.5 points. The over-under for this matchup is 44.5 points. The Rams, they They lost in week 5 against the 49ers on a Thursday night matchup, and that was the game that the Rams should have won. I still don't understand why Sean McVay decided not to give Matthew Stafford the football on the last play of the game, and they got stuffed, and the 49ers won that game. But the Rams are a better football team than the Ravens are. The Ravens are a mess. They just gave up over 40 points against the Houston Texans. And the Houston Texans have not had an elite offensive performance in the last year and a half. And they were an elite offense against that Ravens defense. And the Ravens defense has been the worst defense in the NFL. And the Ravens do not have Lamar Jackson. So I'm rolling with the Rams to beat the Ravens in Baltimore. I'll go Rams 27, Ravens 17. So I think the Ravens will keep it competitive, but they're still going to lose in this game. The 2-3 Cleveland Browns, 1-4 Cleveland Browns. They are traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the 3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Pittsburgh. The Steelers are favored by 5.5 points. The over-under for this matchup is 38.5 points. The Browns, they lost last week in their matchup against the Minnesota Vikings, but Dylan Gabriel actually played well in that game. In that game, Dylan Gabriel, he went 19 for 33, 190 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. A very, very efficient performance from Dylan Gabriel. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they are coming off of a bye, and Mike Tomlin is a really, really good head coach coming off of byes. And they have played well. The Steelers are playing some really, really good football with Aaron Rodgers right now. So I'm rolling with the Steelers to beat the Browns in Pittsburgh. I'll go Steelers 24, Browns 13. The 3-2 LA Chargers are traveling to Miami to take on the 1-4 Miami Dolphins. The Chargers are favored by 4.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Miami. The over-under for this matchup is 42.5 points. The Panthers beat the Dolphins last week, so the Dolphins are a mess. The Chargers, they have now 2 straight L's against the Giants and the Commanders. I believe that the Chargers will have a bounce-back performance against the Dolphins. I'm going Chargers 30, Dolphins 17. The 2-1 Dallas Cowboys are traveling to Carolina to take on the 2-3 Carolina Panthers. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Carolina. The over-under for this matchup is 49.5 points. The Cowboys had a tremendous offensive performance against the Jets, but their defense, to me, is still a question mark, and I still think they are one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Panthers, on the other hand, had a very, very impressive performance against the Miami Dolphins. They scored 27 points in that game. This is my upset pick of the week. I'm rolling with Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers to beat Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll go Panthers 27, Cowboys 24. Same score as last week for the Panthers. Panthers take care of the Cowboys at home, 27-24. The 3-2 New England Patriots are traveling to New Orleans to take on the 1-4 New Orleans Saints. The Patriots are 3.5 point favorites in this game. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in New Orleans. The over-under for this matchup is 45.5 points. The Patriots are a better football team than the Saints are. I thought that win against the Bills was a big win for Mike Vrabel and his football team. And the Saints are going completely nowhere. I'm rolling with the Patriots to beat the Saints in New Orleans. I'll go Pats 27, Saints 14. The 1-4 Tennessee Titans are traveling to Las Vegas to take on the 1-4 Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 4.5 points. It's a 4:05 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 41.5 points. Both of these football teams are not good football teams. The Titans lucked up last week with the Cardinals collapsing in that game. I believe that Geno Smith has regressed, but I expect Geno Smith to have a bounce-back performance in this matchup against the Titans. I'm rolling with the Raiders to beat the Titans at home in Las Vegas. I'll go Geno Smith, 31. Cam Ward, 27 in a high-scoring affair. The 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Green Bay to take on the 2-1-1 Green Bay Packers. It's a 4:25 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 44.5 points. Look, when the Bengals had Jake Browning, after they lost against the Lions, I told Bengal fans next week against the Packers will beat the Bengals 45-10. Congratulations, Bengal fans. Now that you've traded for Joe Flacco, instead of it being 45-10, it'll be 45-17. I'm going Packers 45, Bengals 17, and Lambeau. And so the Packers will improve to 3-1-1 on the season. Bengals will fall to 2-4. Monday Night Football. It's the 4-1 Buffalo Bills. They are traveling to Atlanta to take on the 2-2 Atlanta Falcons. The Bills are favored by 3.5 points. It's a 7:15 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 50.5 points. The Bills, they had a tough game, and they ended up losing against the Patriots last week on Sunday Night Football. But I still believe Josh Allen is playing at a very, very elite level right now. And the Bills, in their first 4 weeks of the season, they had 30 points in each of those games. I expect the Bills offense to come alive in the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta. I'm rolling with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to beat Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll go Bills 24, Falcons 17. The 2-2 Chicago Bears are traveling to the nation's capital in Washington to take on Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are favored by 4.5 points. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 50.5 points. The Bears are fresh off of a bye, and I thought their win against the Raiders in week 4 honestly saved their season. They won that matchup 25-24 over the Raiders. Had they lost that game, they would be 1-3 heading into this matchup against the Commanders. So that was a big win for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Commanders had a very, very impressive win last week over the LA Chargers. The Commanders beat the Chargers 27-10, and Jaden Daniels performed really, really well in that game. Jaden Daniels outperformed Justin Herbert, and it was a great all-around performance from the Commanders' offense and their defense. I think in this matchup, Jaden Daniels is playing currently better than Caleb Williams is, and I think the Commanders are a better football team than the Bears are. And so I'm rolling with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels to beat Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. I'll go Commanders 27, Bears 21. Those are my NFL Week 6 wise picks. How long was that? That had to be like